to go ahead and get started right away. First of all, I want to say good morning. If you are new to my world and we haven't met, I am Heather Vors. I am a Northwoods, Wisconsin wife and mom, and I'm the founder of Wilder Profits, which is an online business and community created to encourage and to guide and to support moms that have a fire in their soul to build something meaningful and purpose driven for a business from home. And before we get started, which will be just in a moment, I have to give a huge thank you and shout out to John Lewis from ThriveLine Circle. He is my co-host today, and he knows how to take the ball and run with it, and he totally has. He's really kept this boat from sinking while I was trying to get everything ready for you guys today. So thank you so much for that, John. And now, this is a day that I've actually been really, really looking forward to because I literally have been buzzing, and especially in the last hour. If you know anything, if you guys have been anywhere near like Instagram or TikTok or any of the digital marketing world, then you know Rebecca Barrett, and you've seen how she is just a powerhouse mama, and she has over 54,000 followers on Instagram, a massive community of students, and she just creates content that makes you stop the scroll and go, how the hell did she do that? So what I love most about her, though, is that she's just completely down to earth, and she's here with us today. So without any further commentary, I'm going to go ahead and let Rebecca take over.
Hi, y'all. I'm gonna look my camera's right here, but I'm gonna look at the screen. So bear with me. I'm trying to do both. First of all, thank you so much for having me on your platform. I'm so excited to be here. And it's so weird hearing about yourself while you're in the room. It's like not a, that's weird to me, but I appreciate it. Yes, I am. I have been called, that's also weird to say. I've also been called the queen of editing, like things like that. And it's just fun to teach y'all what I know inside of this psychotic brain. And I'm excited to see where this conversation takes us. We're gonna go down a few avenues. So
Awesome.
oh, am I going? Okay, I don't know what you want. Like, Heather, help me.
I just started joking a little. No, what I would really love to start with is both my community and John's community. Now, I am more focused on like the stay-at-home moms. He has the dude side of everything. And so, I mean, it's still parents and men and women that are wanting to create an income online through making videos and showing up on social media, but also having that like, how do I do this? What do I talk about? How do I even get started? And you and I talked a little bit yesterday about your thought process on how you create and how you tell a story. And so my biggest goal here is to make sure that everybody knows that you don't need to have a ton of equipment. You don't need to have a ton of different things in order to get started. You can start out pretty simple. So let's start out with the basics and we'll just kind of see where it goes from there.
Yeah, so when it comes to content creation, my biggest goal is to reverse engineer what I want, right? So if your goal is to sell a product through your video, you need to reverse engineer what that looks like and the story that you're going to weave in order to tell that to get the person to the final thing, whatever it is, whether it's a follow, whether it's getting them to comment a keyword, whatever that end goal is, you need to think about that first. That is the key. Like there's because you can throw content creation, I can throw effects here and there, but it's not going to land unless you have the final goal in mind, right? And the final goal should be whatever that is. Follow, get me to comment, whatever, right? From that point, now I can weave the story, right? And it's whatever product, whatever service you're trying to sell, I can now weave my story through that, right? Whether it's, through a vlog, whether it's a 5 to 7 second reel, whether that's a talking head reel, whether that's a carousel, right? we have to think about content very holistically and the end goal in mind. And so how I kind of look at it is that I know what my end goal is. I know what I want people to do after they watch my video. Now let me figure out the format. The format is one of those types of things. So, okay, today I'm going to do a vlog. I'm literally creating it as we speak, right? So today is my rebuild series. I'm doing day 16 and I'm gonna do a voiceover vlog. Now you want to collect your story and collect your B-roll or whatever you're going to do for that thing. And then you want to, I personally use ChatGPT. I have my own custom bots that I use for my storytelling, but I literally brain dump everything. Like whatever is on my mind that day, however I want to weave this story, I am literally speaking into chat. Like that's how I do it. This is how you want to talk about psychotic. This is how my brain works. So I
I talk
dump everything.
time.
I dump everything into my custom GPT and I say, hey, help me come up with a script that sounds exactly like me, and I'm going to give you what I want it to say, right? And then it's going to construct it. Oh, and I always say, I want it to keep it between a minute 30, 2 minutes. So it knows how to formulate like how much time given the information that I just gave it, right? Given all the 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 brain dump that I just had into chat, right? From there, I can now build my storyline. I can now build what clips I need to film, what if I'm gonna have A roll, which A roll is talking to camera, if I'm gonna have any B roll, if I'm going to add animations, I can think about all these things once I have what I want to say. Sometimes it comes together at the same time, but most of the time I'm basically all I'm doing is just reverse engineering the entire process of a video, right? When it comes to a 5 to 7 second clip or like a 5 to 7 second effect, I'm thinking about the effect first, and then I'm thinking, okay, how I'm gonna tie this to what I want the person to do. Okay, I'm gonna drop from the sky and the letters are gonna fall down, and I want it to say like, this is how you stand out online. So I know like I know that I know what effect I want to do. Then I create the narrative using my AI assistants to help me formulate what the actual text hook is going to be on screen. And I talk to it. I literally go back and forth with AI. You don't need my custom GPT. You can do this with ChatGPT. But the more it learns from you, the better it can understand what like who you are, who your target audience is, and you can ask it to act like your strategist, right? You don't need like a custom GPT or anything like that. But the idea behind everything that I do is that I reverse engineer, and like this is what I need you to take away. Like whatever the end goal is, you can work your way from the back to the front. And if you're like, I don't have any inspiration, I don't know what to do, I scroll on TikTok and Instagram and Shorts for 20 minutes each. I set a timer. Like this is like you are getting my process. I set a timer and I just scroll the main feed. And I'm like, why did I stop there? Was it the text hook? Was it the trending audio? Do I want to use this audio? Do I want to use this trending, or do I want to use this text hook? Do I like the way that they did this one little effect inside their videos? How can I use this and make it my own, right? I do this for all my platforms. I save them, and then I take the video, or I take a screenshot of the video and I plug it into chat. And I say, hey, you know my niche. you know what I talk about. Help me figure out what a hook would be for this video, or figure out what effects I can use with this hook in mind. Am I going, like, tell me if y'all are tracking with me, because sometimes I'm like, okay, Amy's like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
I like the idea that you started with the end in mind, because I feel like a
Yes.
lot of us coming from the digital marketing world have been hammered to get the hook. You know, you have to have the hook, you have to have the hook. And I do feel obviously you need a really good hook, but a lot of times we're thinking that the hook has to be a spoken hook versus a visual hook. And
Yes,
so you starting with the end in mind and coming back, it kind of takes the pressure off and allows us to have like the full picture before we even worry about the hook.
exactly. That is the idea. Then you can be like, I now, because that's the thing, you need a strong hook, whether it's a visual hook, whether it's a text hook. And I like to combine all of them. I combine text hooks with visual hooks, with audio hooks, with sound effects. All those things makes your brain tickle. Okay. And you want to tickle the brain of your audience. That's the whole idea. The first 3 seconds is the most important. So once you have that end goal in mind, how are you going to lock them in the first 3 seconds? Right? And it can be a variety of different things. It could be what you say, it could be a combination of that plus the text hook on screen. Because how we are as humans, we are noticing, we are seeing the visual first. So whatever that visual is needs to capture their attention. Then we're reading. So when someone's is like, "Oh, the text hook is the most important." Yes, but I watched the first 3 seconds before I even read the hook. Sometimes I go back and rewatch it because I didn't even read what the thing was on the screen. I'm watching the video first, right? So these are all so, like, they're all important. Visual hooks, text hooks, sound hooks, all that stuff is so important. But the goal is, what am I trying to get them to do? Then you can be like, what can I add to, how can I make this hook, visual, text, audio? How can I formulate this entire hook so that I can get them in, so I can deliver the message to get them to do the final thing, right? And how I personally, like, my bread and butter are the visual hooks, right? Falling from the sky, shooting up, running fast. Like, you have to break the pattern of the scroll, right? Sometimes with like, if I'm doing a talking head reel, I'm a lazy talk to camera reel type of person. I'm sitting in one spot. I'm not changing my camera angles. I'm not like I'm not moving. I'm literally sitting in this desk at this table, and I'm hitting record, and I'm delivering the message. Then I add all of the visuals and all that stuff. I always add a visual hook, even if I literally am not moving, right? Like, I'm delivering the message, but I have an animation pop on the screen. I have the text floating or coming down or doing something, so that I'm tricking and I hate the word trick, but you are like tricking the person into watching, right? And again, you have to think about the hooks, like the actual verbal and the text hook, because if you are not specific, if you're not getting to what they want to learn, they're going to scroll regardless, even if you caught their attention, right? You might lose them when you start delivering the message, because they're like, "Oh, this is not for me. Like, I'm not this person. I don't relate to whatever this person's talking about." So you have to be specific in who you're talking to, right? But all of these things are playing in my mind simultaneously while I'm making content. And it's a very deliberate thing. Like, I think people, and this is how I got into the digital marketing space. Like I was just whatever everyone was regurgitating, I just did that. I posted my little 5 to 7 second reels with the regurgitated text on screen. And then I was wondering why no one was buying from me. Well, it's because you look and sound like everyone else in your niche. And so using using visual hooks, using the effects that I teach helps at least get them to go to the meat and potatoes of the video, right? Which is the core message. Because you have your hook, you have your core message, and your call to action, right? And you want to take them to the call to action, to the final result as fast as possible. And so you want to keep the pace of your video short. Like you want to keep the pace of the video going. You want to keep them going down the rabbit hole of your video, right? So you do that with text hooks, visual hooks, all of these things. That's how you get them to the next spot. Oh, I think someone's not on mute.
And that others, immigrants, Black people, all the globe.
I don't know if you can mute Heather, everyone.
If I mute everyone, it's going to mute you too.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'll just say, hey, Robin, can you mute? And Vanessa, I know that those are the two that are off mute. So if you guys could mute real quick, that'd be awesome. Thank you, dear.
Do you have any, I want to get a gauge of if everyone's tracking with me, because I know like the theoreticals or like the, you know, like this type of information, you're not hearing this from other people. And also it's what's happening here. Like I'm trying to translate what happens between my noggin and it translate to you guys. So let me know if can you show us an example? Okay.
Before we go into an example, because I know that you had some that you wanted to show, I really wanted you had said something yesterday when we were on the phone, and I just want to make sure that people realize that they can do this, because this is simple. You had told me yesterday that you made your first, I don't know, however much it was, a lot of freaking money without saying a word on camera.
Yeah. Oh no, like the majority of my content was 5 to 7 second effects with a call to action in the video and a call to action in my caption. And that was it. That's how I made my first 6 figures selling scroll stopping edits. So it is very possible. However, I will say, now that I am expanding the type of content that I'm doing, whether that's vlogs, talk to camera, carousels, all that stuff, I am building a brand, like a more cohesive brand, right? And I think what happens in the digital marketing space or in like the general affiliate digital marketing space is that you're just another person parroting the same information, right? There's nothing that distinguishes you from another person selling your same exact thing. And so what differentiates you is the storytelling, is your personality, is all of that stuff that makes you you, right? And whether you lean into the edits, whether you lean into storytelling, whether you lean into vlogs, like you can change up your content. Like I am an example of changing up your content. I was known as just the editing girl, right? And I burnt out because yes, that is a aspect of my career, that is an aspect of what I do online, but that is not the only thing that makes me me, or that's not the only thing that makes the brand, you know what I mean? And so once I started telling a little bit and giving the behind the scenes of my life is kind of fucked up, you know, my life is not all sunshine and rainbows, and I made a lot of money, and I also now don't have, like, I'm not in that season of abundance and whatnot, right? And I think once you start giving people insight into who you are, what makes you tick, what, like, all of these things, and we kind of do away with this like veil over the coaching, digital marketing, affiliate, like I'll blanket all of that into one thing, right? When we start like taking the veil away and you're like, hey, I'm learning, like I'm applying these things, I'm using these tools, and then I'm applying it to change my financial state, or I'm using it um to do this or to do that, or I'm having this transformation because of this program that I'm going through. That's when people are like, I trust you. I want to learn from you. I want to get to know you. I want to be in your communities. I want to learn from you, right? Like that is the key to all of this. And it doesn't matter what effects I show you, it doesn't matter what I say at the end of the day. If you're just going to copy and paste what I do, you're going to fail. Like you're not me. You're not this psycho, okay? Like I'm not I say this in a loving way to myself, okay? My brain is constantly going. If your brain is not that, then if you're not like that, if you don't speak like a freaking 1,000 words a minute, then you can't replicate what I do. I can teach you what I know, but I can't teach you how to be me. You have to be you and use these skills and tools that you learn here through Heather, through John, through all these different people, but you have to apply your own je ne sais quoi to it, okay?
I love that. And the other thing that when you were talking that kept going through my mind, a lot of everybody that's here are in digital marketing, okay? And for the longest time, we have been told, you just need to show up and you need to do your 3 times a day posts and show up in all of the places. And I'm finally, after a year of doing this, I'm finally to the point where I'm like, screw all that noise. I'm just going to post once a day, if even once every other day, and just make sure that I have the time to actually put the story, like you said, put the story, the feeling, so that people can really feel what it is that you're trying to express, and then the edits on top of it. And I am not even in the same boat as you when it comes to editing, but I love the idea of, as someone who, when I was brand new to digital marketing, having the course to go through, because there was days where I didn't want to post anything because I didn't feel like I had anything new to say. And it's not about having anything new to say. It's about returning back to the story, but just telling it in a different way. And with your edits, I was able to go in and be like, okay, I'm going to pick this one and I'm going to do this one, and I don't care. I'm just getting it done. So,
Yeah,
the idea.
absolutely. You know what's crazy when you say that? I even went through my own course recently and I was like, damn, these edits are fire. Like,
So
I'm
good.
just gonna why am I trying to create, like, reinvent the wheel? Like, let me go back to my tried and true edits that I know. And of course, they hit the same way that they hit before, you know? But for like, you got to think about it where I'm coming from. I'm supposed to be like this editing guru, which I'm not, okay? Like I learned these skills through time. And the more time you put into it, the more you work on the skill, you develop it and you become better. Shocking, I know. It's like a really weird thing that happens. Um, and so the more time that I kept doing that, I just got better and my skills were refined. And I was like, wow, I can really do this. Now I have the ability to teach this because I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? It's the same concept. It's the same concept for what you're doing. Whatever the hell you're selling, you're going to practice. You're going to put it out there. It's going to look ugly. It's not going to look like Heather. You're not going to look the same as me, but you're using the skills that you're learning and you're applying it and you're like, okay, it's getting me like to the next step. It's getting me to the next step. You don't have to be a freaking, like, I want to see all the cringy videos. I want to see all the videos where you're like, I want to take this down immediately. Like, if that's the feeling that you have, good, keep doing that. Like, I know that sounds really counterintuitive, but I think we get like, the goot, like everyone's like, oh, you gotta post 3 times a day, you gotta post blah blah. Like, fuck that. So I'm so sorry if people like so offended by my wow. F that, okay? Because because like, for instance, I'm a mom. Okay, my daughter's at school from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. This is my golden time to do what I gotta do. But get me at freaking 4 o'clock and I'm drowning. I'm like, dinner has to be on the table. Like, how am I gonna post 3 times a day when my whole life around me, like my daughter doesn't sleep until I'm in the bed with her. So like, there's no shot that I'm going to be posting at night or editing a video at night. You know what I mean? So I think that when it comes to all these things, we have to take, my husband says this, he goes, you have to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Get what you want, spit out the rest. Don't use, like, all of these things are just recommendations. It's not like, if you do this, you're guaranteed to be successful. If you post 3 times a day, yes, you will most likely have a better shot in the algorithm for a video to go viral. It is just the numbers. But if it's not within your capacity as Amy, as Christy, as John, as Vanessa, then don't do that. Because that is the fastest way to burn yourself out and quit. Because that's what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is going hard. They're making the $10,000 a month and then you don't see them. You're like, I don't even know where these people went. They just disappeared overnight. And it's because they're doing things that are unsustainable. When I first was popping off, like when my videos were popping off, I was stuck to my phone. I was stuck to the computer. I was stuck to the phone. I was like gripped by the fact that I needed the next video to go viral because that's how I was going to make the next $10,000, $15,000, right? But guess what it did to my family? My husband's like, you are on your phone all day long. Like, this is miserable. I don't like you. Like, you're a pain in the ass to deal with. My daughter is like, Mommy, you're always on the phone. Like, and she's 3. So the fact that she recognized that and like sees where I'm at, I'm just like, I can't do this. As much as I love social media and as much as I love content creation and all that stuff, you need to do what works for you. At period. Like, that's all you need to know about that.
Amen, sister.
Not go on this rant. Sorry, I thought I just got off my soapbox. Sorry.
No, you know what? It's refreshing hearing it coming from someone who, I mean, you have right behind you a YouTube award. You've won awards. You've worked for a lot of really big name companies, and you're still a human, okay? We all have like that human aspect that I think a lot of us think that once you get to a certain place that all of a sudden that disappears. It doesn't disappear, it just becomes more complex. So that's another reason why I really wanted to bring you in here, is just because there's so many of us that were trying all of the things, and it comes down to, okay, take a breath and figure out what really works for you. John and I were just on before you hopped on, and we were talking about how neither one of us like TikTok at all. Like, I despise TikTok. I'm on it. I don't like being there. So it's realizing, okay, I tried it. Now what's my shift going to be? Where am I going to go? Where can I show up where people engage with me and I engage with them, and it's fun and it feels authentic, and show up more there. But also, like you were just saying, showing up in a way, I would rather show up once or twice a week, preferably more, but once or twice a week in a way where I know that I have a good quality video, versus just stressing over trying to get something out every single day and have it be crap. Because then if it does go viral, it's crap that went viral. It's a video of my dog that went viral and it had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
Which
I mean,
totally ruins your algorithm.
And that's what I want y'all to like take away from this is like the whole idea is to reverse engineer what the hell you want someone to do at the end of the video. Whatever you want them to do, figure out what that is, and then create content that matches that outcome. And then if you watch the video and you're like, yeah, that was somewhere I went left. Like this is not what I want them to do, or this is not how they're going to get to this point. Scrap it, do it again. Like you're posting a video just to post a video, to me, is not a strategy. That's not a strategy. That's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and being like, oh, well, someone else did it, so I'm just going to do it too. You have to think about what you want that person to do. You want them to click your video. You want them to comment the keyword. That's why I put, I don't know if you guys know this, I put the call to action in the actual video, sometimes in multiple places. I then also put it in the first line. So if you're reading my caption, that's the first thing you read. It says comment, bundle, comment, whatever. Then it's at the end of the caption. And sometimes if I'm using my own audio, I even change the audio to have comment bundle so that it shows up on the actual video the entire time. So like, I want them to know that they have to comment this word. Like I'm subconsciously putting that in their face so that they can take action, whether they watch the first second of the video or all the way until I ask for the call to action, right? And it can be like, if you're not selling anything right now, follow me for more, but you have to be specific in what they're following you for, right? Save this video if you want more XYZ. You need to make it related to what you're trying, like the intent, right? It needs to be very specific to what you're trying to make them do. Does that make sense? Everyone's like here. I know the comments are going crazy. I'm sorry. I like forgot that was a feature.
It's hard to keep up with comments, and so normally I'm in the comments when somebody else is talking, but I'm like, I want to be focused on you.
And I also want to say, like, everyone thinks, oh, I need to do TikTok, I need to do shorts, I need to do whatever. First of all, there are platforms and tools. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I just did a branded video. I just did a video for a company that they, like, you post your video and it goes through all the platforms. If they are Meta verified, stop worrying about, oh, it's going to dock my performance. If you are stressed out about posting on every single platform, but you want your presence on every single platform, use tools to help you do that, right? Like there's so many tools like ManyChat and like I use Zapier for everything. I use all these tools to help me make my content faster and I streamline my process. If you're constantly having to upload, okay, I gotta upload to Instagram, okay, now I gotta upload to TikTok, now, and you're like stressed out, that's not good for your mental health. That's not good for the longevity of your business, right? You still have to understand this is a business. You're gonna have to do shit that you don't want to do, but at the same time, like if it stresses you out to post, find a solution to help you fix that, right? I use Munch. You can use whatever tool you want to use, right? And another thing that I wanted to say is sometimes it's not about the Instagram. Do you know how much money you can make on YouTube just from AdSense alone? Do you know how much money you can make just from posting free content on YouTube? And I'm talking about posting shorts and posting long form content. So what I'm trying to say is think about, if you want to talk about like reverse engineering, think about what you want from your business. Okay. Do you want to be the one that's like the TikToker that's constantly online? Like that's what you want to be? Post the shit on TikTok, right? If you want to post once or twice a week, but it's quality content, post on YouTube. If you want, you know what I mean? Like you got to find the strategies that work for you. It's not a one size fits all. That's why I tell people my edits is not a one size fits all. I use my edits for YouTube, for TikTok, for Instagram, for because I know what I'm doing. But we have to figure out what you want, what's going to make you consistent in showing up and just double down on that. Once you have that figured out, then you can add other things. Then you can sprinkle in TikTok, then you can sprinkle in Instagram, then you can sprinkle in all this other shit. But for right now, it's like if you can't get one platform going, if you can't get one stream going, how do you people are like, oh, I have 7 streams of income. Are you making money in any of them? Sorry. Like, are you making money in any of them? Because you're spreading yourself so thin that you're like you have no direction. You're like a squirrel. So I think we need to I want everyone at the end of this call to literally reverse engineer what you're like what you want this big. You're like, I want XYZ. I want to show up this many times. I can do this. And stick to your schedule. Stick to what you like set for yourself. Not what Brock Johnson or freaking, I don't know any of the other Instagram gurus, Shannon whatever says. Just figure out the schedule that works for you. Figure out the types of content that you particularly like to do. I like to do talking head reels, vlogs, and 5 to 7 second reels. Those are my 3 main ones. Sometimes I sprinkle a carousel post here and there. Cool. Like, figure out what that is and what you enjoy to do, because if you are creating content just to create content, and if you're stressed out doing it, you're going to burn yourself out and we're not going to see your face anymore. So, y'all want me to get into some
I just love your energy. That's why I'm like, yes, she's got it. She's coming with some energy. I kind of warned everybody. I said she's got some crazy energy and I love it.
Yeah. Don't stop talking. That's the problem. That's why.
No, that's not a problem. That's good. We needed to hear it. Everybody here is just going to be like, all right, I've got permission now to go out there and make some crazy ass videos and to do the thing. And you know what? Some of them might have been on here struggling with, well, I need to be in all the places. No, you don't. We just need to figure out what makes sense for us. And a couple of my mentors have, one of them is heavy on TikTok. And I'm like, sweet. I'm going to go over here. I don't like TikTok. I just don't like the song and dance of it all. So yeah, let's get into some edits. What do you get for what would you recommend, like the basic edits that everybody needs to know?
Okay. So the main things you need to do when you learn how to edit, you need to know how to background remove. You need to know how to mask. And masking is basically like you're combining 2 clips together to either remove something. Like, I don't want this in my hand, so you have to learn how to mask it out, right? Or you can mask it in. You can bring stuff in. This is why you guys I have a full breakdown on what masking is. I have in the course.
It's basically layering. Sort
yes
of.
And no. yes and no. Yes and no. It's layering, but understanding what you're trying to layer and add or remove from the clips. You're gonna have to learn how to keyframe. Keyframing is probably the most used thing that I use in my arsenal is keyframing, and keyframing is not that difficult. I'm actually going to show you a edit that shows you how to keyframe. And then the last one is layering, how to layer your videos so that you know what sits on top of what. It's like a cake, right? Like you're layering layers on a cake, and what you see from the top bottom, like that's how you look at content, like, or that's how you look at your video and how you're editing it. So those are the main like fundamental things that you need to learn. And from there, once you know how to do those things, you can have fun with like you can have fun with your visual edits. You can have fun with effects and stuff like that, because that's when you're like, okay, I want, like for instance, I want this thing to float in the air. Okay, I want this thing to float in the air and I want to show it floating. How do I do that? Okay, so how you do that is you get a video of you going like this, and it's like, look at it, it's so cool, it's floating in the air, like look at this shit. And then you get your little object and you get it either on a rotating like disc or whatever, or you can just have it like on a table, but you just want to mask you, or you want to just background remove this item, right? If you want it spinning, then you just tie a little string on it and then have it spinning, and then you just video that spinning, and then you background remove this and layer it on top of the video that you just did. Does this make sense? No, no one's tracking with me. This is why I show you. So let me show you what keyframe actually, like a keyframe edit looks like. And if we have time, I might show you what a green screen looks like. Okay, sorry. I know everyone's like, Mary, I use her edits for my quote. Yeah, go Mary. Okay, so let me share my screen if I can. Okay, I'm on Instagram, so y'all are seeing my Instagram. Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yep, it's up.
Okay, because I lost the chat. I just don't know where I'm at. Okay, so let me go into CapCut. So CapCut is my primary form of editing. This is what I teach you, and I basically teach you on the actual phone. So I filmed this vlog this morning, so I'm going to show you how to split text from side to side. So you're going to have text on screen, and then you're going to move the text to the side, and then you're going to go underneath the text. Is everyone okay with this edit? Are we okay with learning this? I can't see the chat, so Heather, say yes if everyone is, okay?
Yes.
We're all go.
Okay, cool.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the first thing you're going to do is, so this is how you do the B-roll. So I am just walking through the thing. I'm pissed off that I see text. You guys have to be actresses and actors, okay? Like, I need y'all to put on your, like, Emmy performance for us, okay? So basically what I'm doing is I'm pretending that there's text in front of me, and I'm moving it out of the way because I need to get to the kitchen to get my coffee. That's my storyline, okay? Now, what I do, I'm gonna add text, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to go down here to the text button, and I'm going to add text. And you can do this, like you can format this however you want. So to do this, I'm going to put day, because this is for my day 16 vlog. And I want the text to be separate. So I don't want it to be like day 16, right? Because I can't split this text. I want to have it separate. So I'll have day, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this. Sorry, this is like, so I'm going to take the text and I'm going to duplicate it. So now I have two of the same. So I'm going to spread this out, and then I'm going to change this to 16. Okay. Now I want to drag this all the way out. So I'm dragging this to the end of the video, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to walk through the text, but I'm moving it. So I'm just going to line this up. My hand is there, so I want this to be centered, so that I get a little like dumb when I'm trying to do this. I'm like staring at my phone like intently. Okay. So as you can see, I have day 16, right? I want to walk through the text. So to do this, I'm using my hand. So my hand motion. So I'm going to take the 16 and I'm going to move that first. So I'm going to drop a keyframe here, and the keyframe button, oh, you guys can see me moving my mouse, right? Okay. So the keyframe button is this button right here. So I'm going to drop a keyframe on the timeline. Oh, sorry, this is like, so I'm dropping a keyframe on the timeline, and then I'm moving a little bit, like a couple frames down, or a couple frames over. Then I'm going to grab the text. I'm just using my hand to do that. And then I'm moving it over. Okay. Let me just show you what this looks like so far. Okay. You see how cool that is? I literally just moved text on screen. Is everyone tracking? People are tracking? No?
Amy's got a look on her face like,
yeah,
what
Amy
the
has the
heck?
look on her face, and I'm like, oh shit, I fucked something up here. Okay. Amy, this is going to be on the rewatch, or there's going to be a replay, so you can watch this over and over and over again, okay? So I just want to repeat this one more time. I drop my initial keyframe. Once I drop one keyframe, the keyframes are activated. So if I make any movement to the text that I'm manipulating, it automatically drops another keyframe on the timeline. And this right, I hate that keeps popping up. That thing right there is the timeline. This like orange thing is the timeline. Okay. So it automatically drops another keyframe. I'm going to show you the next one. So day, I'm going to move day now. So I'm going to, right where I'm making the motion to like go like this, I'm going to drop a keyframe. So I'm going to drop a keyframe on that timeline for day, the text day line. And then I'm going to scrub a little further, and I'm just going to move. I'm using my finger to drag day to the side. Okay. And that's all I did. And it automatically drops another keyframe. Did you see that I didn't click the keyframe button. It automatically does it itself. Okay. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm seeing it there. I'm pissed off. I just walked through the text. And now I'm going to add another text there, but I wanted to show you that effect first. All that was keyframing. Heather, is everyone like on?
Yeah, everybody's on, and I'm just watching John. He's gonna go nuts after this. Be prepared to have like a million videos come out.
Okay.
It's
All
actually so simple.
It's
I
so
managed to sort this.
easy.
I sorted this out in literally like 48 hours. I hadn't even seen all of your stuff or course material or content or anything yet. You can speak to Heather. I jumped into YouTube. I just searched everything I could, and I was like, I'm just going to apply and push out that UFG, that ugly first draft. And the first one was crappy, and the second one was a little less crappy, and the third one with a duck hoodie on, I was actually quite proud of. That actually looked pretty good.
So easy. And honestly, text effects are my most used effects, because these are, like I said, we're trying to tickle the user's brain, right? We're trying to tickle their brain. So if they are so accustomed to seeing text on screen that does not move, once you start moving and manipulating text on screen with keyframes, you just fuck them all up. Okay?
So
like in the best way possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
anything, whether it's a visual hook or a sound hook or just that thing popping or the element, that's the one thing that's just going to keep them on screen for another 3 seconds so that you can deliver that message.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to show you this again. Okay? I'm looking at it and I'm like, move this over. See? And it like creates this motion where like, why did she just like, is that thing really there? Like, is that text really there? Like, that's what you want the audience to walk away with. Like, that was so real in my brain that like now like, how did they move that? And you're going to get questions like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, this is crazy. My mind just, these are the messages I get every single day. Okay, so now let me add, I want to add another text here. I want to put rebuilt, sorry, I have dyslexia, from rock bottom, okay? Because I'm doing this as my vlog. So I'm going to change this font so I can go to different fonts here. And I have mine that I use, Chippy. So I save it however many times on my phone, and it still doesn't want to preset. Okay, so now I'm going to drag this back out, and all I'm doing is just using my fingers to like move the thing all the way to the end of the timeline. Okay, so now I have day 16. I still have the text. I have the text that I'm moving, and now I'm walking and I still have text in front of me. So I'm pissed off, right? But I want to go underneath the text and get to the other side. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my main track, the actual video of me, and I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go here, down here to duplicate. I'm going to click duplicate. Then I'm going to go here to overlay, and I'm going to overlay this clip. And then I'm going to drag it with my finger to match the timeline, okay? Then at the moment that I go underneath the text, I'm watching. Okay, right here, I'm going to make a split to my overlay to my overlay video. I'm going to hit split right here, hit split, and delete this front half. I'm going to delete it, okay, because I don't need that part. I just need that second part, this second video, okay? Now I'm going to select the overlay clip, and I'm going to go to remove BG. This is the background removing feature. If you don't have CapCut Pro, you're going to have to manually do this, and it's a pain in the ass. So get CapCut Pro, okay? That's all I have to say about that. Okay, and then you're going to hit auto removal. Y'all are getting a whole lesson, by the way. Like, this is how I go through my course, but it's much faster because I'm not doing this in real time. Okay, so as you can see, I background removed it, but I'm still in front, or I'm still behind the text. So what I want to do is I want to go back here, and I'm gonna go find the layer button. This one right here, okay? Then I'm gonna select that to see my layers. And as you can see, this is my overlay and these are my text. I want the overlay to sit, hold on, my brain just went poo-poo. I want my overlay to move, I'm dragging it over the rebuilt from rock bottom text, okay? So I'm going to show you what I just did. Also, you can like click it and then go to click front, and it does the same thing. So now this is what you're going to see, okay? Y'all, you just learned a whole edit, okay? I'm moving the text, ba, ba. Did I see this bullshit? Okay, it kind of glitched there, I don't know why. All right, okay, if that happens, ooh, we're troubleshooting. I love this. Okay, now that we're troubleshooting, so because I don't actually need that clip, I don't need that. I just need to clear the text. All you need to do is you can just split it here. I'm going to hit split, and you can delete this part because you don't actually need it. Okay. Haha, we're doing more troubleshooting. This is so much fun. Okay, so do you see how my layers just fucked up again? Okay, so now what I want to go is back into layers, because anytime you make a change to your overlay clips, you're going to have to fix your layers again. Is everyone tracking with me or no? Heather, please.
Yeah, nope, that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like one of those little nuances. So if you
it's
make a
CapCut.
change,
Yes, it's CapCut being stupid.
and trust
really
me,
a matter
you
of,
will
like,
get
getting those-
frustrated because stuff will happen and you'll be like, what the heck did I just do?
Yes.
I don't know if you do this, Rebecca, but one of the things that I do is when I get it to a point where I know it's good from there out, I'll download it and re-upload it so that it's compressed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You could do that. You could do that too. You could do this
Also,
too.
what you can do, you could also consolidate that clip. So once you've got it to that point, Heather, then you could just, if you're on desktop, you could just highlight it.
Yeah, the desktop version is
condense
way easier.
Condense it into one clip. Yeah.
Yes, with on the desktop, if you don't want to deal with it, but we're trying to teach the easiest, you're going to have to you compound the clip. So you just drag everything and you basically make it one clip. Okay, let's see.
And it's not too complicated. Like I said, I mean, I learned this in, what has it been, 72 hours? It's really not.
I think it was more like 20 minutes. Like, no sooner than I tell you about it, you were just going nuts.
I'm gonna turn my mic off.
But do you see how easy? Like, I mean, it might not be easy right now because you're like, I'm just staring at you editing. But just like, once you record, then this is what I want you to do too. I specifically Amy, because I'm looking at Amy's face. I can't see anyone else's face. Sorry, Amy, I'm calling you out. Go record this exact video, like you doing this, right? And then you practice watching the video. I always have my practice videos in my course, so you can download my videos and practice with me doing the effects. That's the one thing that I always tell people, like, you really need to do this yourself. Watching it is one thing, doing it and troubleshooting it and learning from what the hell CapCut's doing is a whole other thing. And it might take you a couple tries here and there, but I'm telling you, it's just practice makes perfect. And for these types of things, I want y'all to like hold me accountable to this. I want you to see this vlog and see like if people are engaging with it, if people like it. Like, I want you to see if people are watching it, like if either they comment at the end or whatever, or just look at the views. People stop to watch this stuff because they are mesmerized by the fact that I just move stuff out of the way so I can get underneath it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not something that you see on a daily basis on YouTube or on Instagram. And I think that little thing is just CapCut glitching on my end. So I moved
not
it.
Just that, you know, sorry to interrupt you, Rebecca, but like just with the troubleshooting, if you look at your timelines over there, you've got 2 layers or 3 layers on your timelines. And most of the troubleshooting, honestly, most of the troubleshooting is just making sure that the ends of those timelines are cut off at the exact same place so that the frames don't follow through the layers, you know, from second to third. Once you just line those timelines up so that they all sort of finish at the same place, the clip ends beautifully and it's easy peasy.
Yeah. And like I said, we just went over background removing, keyframing, and layering, right? The three out of the 4 or 5 of the important things that you need to learn when it comes to editing. And like I said, text effects are my favorite way to get attention, whether they fall from the sky, whether they like do whatever, jump around the screen. And let me just show you the, I'm gonna actually delete all the keyframes here. Actually, hold on, let me do this. Actually, let me go back in here. Okay, so you guys saw this, right? Everyone has this. Heather, it's gonna be on your rewatch anyway. So I'm gonna delete everything. Oh no. Okay, let me delete this. Because I want to show you guys also the pre-built animations and effects inside CapCut, because there's so many things that you don't even have to use keyframes to make it pop. So let's say I have this, right? But I want to make this animate. I want it to come in animated. So I'm going to jump down here to animations and I'm going to click that. And then all of these are pre-built animations inside of CapCut for your text. So you can be like, this thing is going to pop up. Okay, why are you being like that? Okay, see, it naturally does the little bounce like effect. You don't have to keyframe that. You don't have to create that yourself. It's already pre-built inside CapCut. A lot of these are like the ones with the diamonds on it are paid if you have CapCut Pro, but they have some that are not. Like that's a free effect, right? And these are like text animations. You can also add animations to the actual beginning of your video. So you click on the main track and you go back into animations and look at this. Just that at the beginning of your video, like any of these are like I use click open all the time for my talking head videos. I use tear open for my videos. I use all of these pre-built effects inside CapCut already because they are there. I don't have to freaking do this. If I was back like 5 years ago, I would have to make these animations in After Effects and then plug it into Adobe Premiere in order to make this thing happen. Now it's already pre-built inside of CapCut. This is why I love this platform, and this is why I teach from CapCut specifically, is because for what you pay for, you get so many features built into this. Now, let's say, hell, I don't want to do that animation. I want to add my own effect to this. I can go into the effects, and to do that, you just click right here, effects. And there's video effects, body effects. Literally, all these things are pre-built. Like, to make yourself pop on screen, you can add different things. You can add hand-drawn lines. You can, again, y'all, this is pre-built. Like this is here already inside the platform. Is everyone on track? Heather, give me a thumbs up or something.
Everything's good. In fact, I didn't even realize that those particular video effects were in there, but now I see where you got that like squishy face in one of your videos.
Yes. Yes. Wait, that's like one of my favorites. It's the body effects. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that
can't
one.
see it in this one. It won't show up in this one. But yeah, this is how I blur out my faces. I always blur out my daughter's face because I don't want her in the videos. So I blur it out, and then from here, you can click object at the bottom, and depending on if there's multiple faces, you can click which face you want blurred out in that clip.
That's really good to know. I know a lot of moms don't want to have their kids' faces on camera, so that's awesome.
Yeah. No, so I feel like, do I have time to show one more? I feel like I don't want to.
There's no overwhelm. Go, Rebecca. We're a sponge. Send it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to like.
You've got time.
I don't want to make people like overwhelmed. Okay. So this is a green screen effect, and basically what I want to do is I want to hop out of the screen. Okay, I'm going to show you how this looks like. So what you're going to need is a green screen. I just put a green, like, where's my camera? Okay, I just go online and get a green screen and like take a screenshot of it and put it as your photo background. Does this make sense, everyone? Like you're literally, oh shit, hold on. Y'all.
She's getting excited now.
Yeah, I'm like so excited. This is the problem. All right, cool. Let me not unplug my phone. Okay. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google and you're gonna take a screenshot of it and then make it your photo background. Okay? If you can't do that, you got to take my course because I can't explain all this stuff in one thing. Okay. And I just did this little like flicking motion because I'm going to have it scroll from one thing to the other. You don't have to do that. I'm not going to show you how I did that scroll from one video to another. That's actually inside my course, I believe. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have me coming out of the screen. So I am going to drop this phone screen, and I'm going to drop this as the overlay, okay? And then I have my main clip here. And all I'm doing is I'm trying to jump and like pretend I'm going over a threshold. Okay, does that make sense? Good? Okay.
Are you moving on your screen?
Am I moving? Yes, I am. Oh,
Okay, there you go. No, I can see it now.
You can, well, hold on. Can y'all see me going back and forth like this?
No.
Okay. Very good. This is why I shouldn't have unplugged my thing. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Let me stop sharing this really quick and redo this. Sorry, y'all. This is what you get with the live. Okay. Let's see. Now I can read the chat. Everyone okay? Phone. Okay. Now you can see this. Oh, wait, I have to share my screen, obviously. Now, can you guys see this?
I can see, yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I want to pretend I'm jumping through the threshold. Okay. So all you're like literally the B-rolls for so many of these effects are so simple. All you gotta do is jump, imaginary jump into like, I don't know, jump forward. It's so easy. So all I'm doing is jumping forward and acting cute. Okay. Like weirdo. Okay. So to get me jumping or to get me on this green screen, the first thing I want to do is I want to click on that overlay clip, and then I'm going to go to remove BG, and I'm going to hit chroma key. Do you see this one that says chroma key? I'm going to click that. I'm going to select the green part, and then I have CapCut Pro, which again I recommend, and I like to clean up my edges that way, because once you do like intense, like that's what it does. So I typically keep my intensity low, and then I clean up my edges, and I have like little feathering effects and stuff like that. But this looks pretty good. Now what I want to do is I need to freeze frame this clip of the phone because I need it to extend all the way through the video. So I'm going to click on that overlay, and then I'm going to go all the way to the end, and it says freeze frame right here. And all it's doing, it's getting a specific screenshot from the end frame of that video. And I'm going to drag this out all the way to the end. Please work with me. Sorry, my fingers, y'all. Oh, I know why. Okay. Stand by. See? Delete that. Okay, I'm just dragging the video, or it's not a video, it's a screenshot at that point. So basically, like you have the video, you have this video, which is 1.5 seconds. Then you're grabbing a screenshot, a freeze frame of that end frame of that video, and it makes a picture. Does that make sense? Okay. So now what I want to do is, so I have this timed perfectly. So what I want to do now is I just want to make sure that this video, the main track video, the one of me, this one, I want to make sure that it's like properly aligned, that I have enough space. I just want to make it look nice. So I'm just like getting it set up here. And then all I'm doing now is I'm going to, all right. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the main track video. I'm going to duplicate it. Okay. So that's the main track video duplicated. Then I'm going to click overlay and move it underneath those clips. Everyone tracking with me? Okay. Now what I want to do is right when I make this jump, I'm going to split the clip right here, hit split, and I'm going to delete the front half of this because I don't need it. Because all of this is basically already it's already in there. Like I don't need it to be changed. I'm not going to manipulate that. I'm going to manipulate this part, okay? So I'm going to click on this overlay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to background remove, hit auto removal, click OK, and just like this, okay, Rebecca, get to the fucking chase. I jump out of the video. Boom. Okay. That's it. It's green screen, chroma key, background remove. That right there, I think the last time I posted this video, it got like 30,000 views. And all I put was like a text screen on top that was like, I don't even know what I said, but it converted and I made sales off of it. So like, and then, okay, for instance, now you're like, Rebecca, I have this video. I'm jumping out of the screen. Now, how do I make a text? How do I make this related to my video? Or how do I make this related to my content, right? That's the stuff that you take into ChatGPT and you're like, hey, I'm doing a video where I'm jumping out of the screen. Like I voice note it. I'm doing a video where I'm jumping out of the screen. My background is XYZ. I'm a health coach, yada, 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 right? Give me text hook ideas for on-screen text for this. This is a 5 to 7 second reel. Then it will give you like, popping out to let you know XYZ, or, I broke free from the this and that. You got to use your imagination here. You know what I mean? Like whatever you're doing as far as the effects, make it related to your content, or sometimes it doesn't even have to be. It just can be fucking cool. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you can just have fun with it. But in this scenario, it's just like you have to like use your imagination and be like, okay, I'm doing this thing. Does the text hook necessarily have to match what the motion is doing? Maybe, probably, but this is what I want the message to be at the end of the day. Comment XYZ. I'm done. Now let me stop sharing this fucking screen.
I love it. I love it. It's all about making it creative again. And I had so much fun when I was going through the course, just because, like you said, it's like, how do you relate it back to the business? So for that one, I should have used that one for promoting this call and saying, hey, I'm just popping out to tell you that Rebecca Barrett's in the house.
Be like, hey, just popping out or blah blah. Like I have one that I'm dropping from the phone, and it's like, oh, like I'm here, and it's like you just want to, basically you just want it to be like, hey, I'm doing this thing, or like dropping in to let you know, or I broke free of the matrix, and it's like me coming down from the phone, right? Like that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted to say. Let me see what effects that I can do in the back of my head. Oh, I can do this effect and that effect. I'm going to show you one more thing that I do. I'm going to show you this because you guys are getting the inner workings of my brain right now. Hold on, let me pop.
We caught you on a good moment.
Yeah. This is Psychosis 101. Okay, let me see. Let me find it first, and then I can. because I save so much stuff on my phone. I don't know if I saved this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Where am I? Share screen. Okay. You guys see this?
Yes.
Watch again. Okay. So what do you do all day as an attorney? Okay. This is a trending video right now. You can do this for whatever. This right here is fine. Okay. But how I looked at this video, because I saved it for my own, and you'll probably see it on my feed, is I would do this, but now I would speed up the video. Like I would speed myself up so I'm looking like I'm like a Tasmanian devil, like just going around and around a circle. I'm gonna, the same speed that she's walking, I would 10x the speed. And now, and you have to record yourself walking longer. So you're probably walking like 20 times around the loop instead of 3 times, whatever, so that you can get so you can have enough time for the speed up. But basically you're going to speed ramp this, and speed ramping is just here. Like I'm going to show you what that looks like. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. This is going to look messed up because it's not going to look the same, but you're going to go here and you're just going to 10x it. And see how it makes the video so much shorter? That's why you need more, like if I'm going to do that video, I'm going to do more rotation, so like 20 times around in a circle, so that I can have a 3-second clip. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
My speed ramp. Then to make it blurred, where did I go here, Rebecca? Okay, to make it to make it look like it's a blurred, like you're just running yourself rampant, you can not only do the speed effect, but then you would go into the motion blur, and then you add blurs and blends to it, and then it really looks like you're just spinning out of control. I've done this so many times with like outfit changes. Like if I'm spinning into an outfit, let me see if I have that one on my feed still. Y'all are getting everything.
I like the simple one that you did the other day, and I saw John actually borrowed that one for an ad for this call. You would it was similar with the words on the screen, but then you were chomping on them and then you spit one out.
Oh yeah.
I love that
so
one.
easy. That's literally a TikTok template. I just put the words and I just went like this, and that's it. There's no editing. You just cut the word off as soon as you,
and then when she spits it out, you just make it reappear.
Yeah, it's very, if I can find this stupid thing.
In my defense, I didn't have a lot of time to scroll through all of her amazing content, so I just looked and looked and looked.
Right
and
here, this one.
Where you were eating and spitting out, and I was like, that's gold.
That's adding motion blur. That's adding a speed effect, and I'm spinning around and round. And then I do it with the outfit change. I'm doing the same exact motion, and then I added a speed effect and a motion and that motion blur. And that's how you get like the Ace Ventura, like whatever. So, anyway.
Did you get dizzy making that one?
No, I didn't get dizzy because I just spun like a normal person. And all those effects, like I would say 90% of the effects that are on my Instagram are in my course. So, and I don't know, Heather, if you want me to say this. I'm moving everything to Skool. So there's going to be an opportunity for more monthly effects inside. So like whatever I teach new, it will be plopped into the Skool community for that.
Yeah, so she has this awesome bundle that she's created that has everything available, and I can drop that link in the comments here. But the most exciting part about it isn't just the idea that you have access to her edits and her AI chatbot and the face forward is in there too, right?
Yeah, all of it. So it's my scroll stopping edits, which teaches you these types of effects. Then I have my face forward reels course, which talks specifically about talking to camera videos, how to set it, how I set it up, how I do effects for that. But then I also have my AI assistants, 7 of them, that are how I do my hooks, my story posts, my carousels, my sales page, everything is included in the bundle. And sorry to cut you off, Heather, but it's
No. Go for it.
It's not only, you're not just learning from it, you can also promote it, and you get 60% commissions if you sell it within your communities and stuff like that. So that is pretty amazing because you're learning everything in one shot. And I bundled it together for my rebuild process, and it's been so much fun to see people like learning and sharing. One of my students actually just sent me, she goes, Rebecca, my video just hit 2,000 views and I couldn't crack 200 views. So like, she's like, she was going crazy. She's like, I can't believe just one little edit just did that. And I was like, yeah, it's your editing plus your messaging and all, and that, and reverse engineering it. And she's a loan officer. So like, you know, it's for anyone. Like, you can apply this to whether you're a fitness coach, like if you're selling affiliate products, if you have tangible like physical products. I was so tempted to like start selling physical products just so I can have more things to manipulate and like fun edits to do for that.
Oh, you go nuts on TikTok shop. You'd be selling the hell
Oh,
out of
I know. I'm
everything.
like trying to get to the threshold. I'm not a TikTok, like you said, I'm not a TikTok girly. I just started posting on there or reposting my stuff on there. But it's been super fun, and I want to get to TikTok shop so I can do these crazy effects and teach all these TikTok shop people how to actually like get people to buy their shit.
So the other thing that you just sort of brought it in there, and I think it's because you're still a little like, I don't know much about Skool. Skool is amazing. And this is where obviously all of us are coming from. So when she launches this, and the bundle's already available, and she's actually has the way that she's sold her package before was when you purchased her product, you also got access to her Kajabi community, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That poor little thing.
Well, Kajabi's not fun.
No,
Skool's where it's at. So when you purchase the product, you also get community with her. So you'll actually be in the community. You can share with other people that are making really creative edits and learn from them. So even if you're not scrolling on social media, you'll be able to scroll through the actual Skool feed and see, oh, hey, John just did this crazy thing over here. Maybe I need to reach out to him and be like, what the heck did you do? Or,
Yeah.
whatever. So you've got another opportunity for community collaborations and connections and just learning all of what's inside of the editing. And then continued support with Rebecca. She's always coming out. The one cool feature she has, I think you're going to continue this, so hopefully you
Yes,
are.
I am.
Doing like the monthly stuff, like the monthly, yeah. So she'll come up and she'll say, hey, choose between this edit or this edit. Which one do you guys want to learn? You vote on it. And then by popular demand, she shows us exactly how to do that particular edit. And it's because you're already part of her ecosystem. How freaking cool is that?
And what I will say about that too is that I was teaching you guys live, and that is exactly how I teach them. Like, okay, first we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do this. I cut out, like, I edit my own videos for my editing course, so you won't get all like the commentary in between. But it will be straight to the point. But I also like to troubleshoot as it happens in the course as well. The troubleshooting is by far the hardest component of your edit, because you're like, I just did this, I just followed all the steps. Why the fuck is it looking like this? And it's like, oh, a layer got messed up while you were re-editing something. oh, your mask got a little bit cut off here and there. So I teach, not only am I teaching you the edit and you're practicing with my practice videos, and I provide all the assets there for you as well, but you're also I'm troubleshooting with you so that when it comes to that point, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the heck I just did. It's like, oh, by the way, if you run into this issue, this is what you got to do. So I try to make it as easy as possible. And one of the biggest compliments that I get from my course is how easy I make it for people. Like I have a huge group of people that are much older than you guys, and they are crushing these edits. When I see their edits, I'm like, y'all are fucking amazing. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to shut my mouth. Does anyone have any questions for me? I have 10 minutes and then I got to jump, but I want to open up the floor if that's okay with you, Heather.
Yeah. Just if anybody has any questions, just unmute and ask away.
Or you're probably like, why she has not stopped talking this entire time.
Hi, Rebecca. This is Robin. How are you, sweetie?
Hi, Robin.
Okay, I have a question. You probably have or haven't done this. I have not seen you in any of your projects that you've done, your content that you've done, but I'm looking at your special effects. I like doing animation, so I'm definitely going to try some of these with some of the animation videos that I create in the animation little. I've done like a 10-second, but anyway, I'm going to try some of this because this looks really interesting to try with something like that. But have you ever thought about doing anything like that with like an animation?
Are
Like
you
a
talking?
3D Pixar animation type video? Nothing.
Oh, 3D pics. Okay.
Either 3D Pixar or you can even do it with comic. So I'm interested to seeing if I can do this with that. But have you ever done that? Anything like that?
I have done. So I used ChatGPT to come up with like the Pixar looking images of myself and stuff like that. You can. I've done this with AI, like using Higgs field and stuff like that, but I've never done it like through another like animation program per se. Like I use AI to help me with any of those cool effects. The thing about my content specifically, and the reason why I don't particularly use AI for my editing, is because I personally, and this is me, Rebecca, not anyone else, I particularly don't like that look. Like it kind of looks fake, like the AI stuff, the AI video generation stuff still looks fake. I'm not saying the Pixar or like the cartoon animation stuff, but AI video right now is still not in a place where I particularly like using it. That's why I like to do it myself, if that makes sense. But I would probably, if you can send me more information about what you're actually talking about, because I'm a visual person, so I need to see what that is, and then I can be like, maybe I can, add some of that stuff or learn it at least, because that would be really cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. So that's why I'm gonna try to play around with that today. But okay, I don't have your contact. I think Heather will give it to me. Heather and I will talk. So that way I could I'll send you a clip and you can see if you can play with it because I'm definitely going to play with it and see what I come up with because it'll be.
What platform do you edit on?
I use Skool. And then I put my stuff up on YouTube, but I haven't put a lot of my stuff on YouTube yet. Right now, I'm using my community in Skool called AI Storytelling. So I'm creating my stuff there. And I haven't showed it yet to my community because my community is just like a week old.
I mean, how are you using to animate?
Oh, you mean at my animation? Design is what I'm using right now. Design and CapCut.
Okay.
Design, CapCut, and I love Canva. But Canva just doesn't have the special effects that CapCut has, so it's really not.
Yeah.
And I use it a little bit for the voiceover, if I'm doing voiceover, and I have quite a, let me just go down. I have 11 Labs, Design, CapCut, and Canva, and I use ChatGPT. Those are probably a lot more than many people want to subscribe and have, but me,
Yeah.
I like to, I'm a creative person, so I kind of, and I know I put my brain everywhere. So I kind of spread out everywhere and just try to get the best effects and put it all together. But I'm trying to simplify it so that I don't overwhelm people, because I know when I create something, you're like, oh God, what did you do? And my daughter goes, Mom, that's a lot. I'm like, yeah, but it was fun.
I mean, hey, what I will say is that if it makes content creation fun for you, keep doing that. If you
Yeah.
want to teach people how you do it, then you need to simplify that and come up with a process to simplify that. But that doesn't mean that people are not willing to learn with the different platforms that you have. I just wanted to, encourage you, because if you are doing something that a lot of people are not doing, you should definitely be teaching it. If that's what you want to do, you know what I mean? So just take that, run with it, but send me whatever it is, because I'm very interested in that field. It's not my core content.
No problem. I will. And I understand that, because doing what you did, I saw it first when Heather started doing that. And it was really cool when she did it. I always wanted to know how she did it, but now I know.
Mhm.
Good job, Heather. Thank you. I'll let the floor be open for anyone else who wants to talk. But thank you very much.
Of course.
Sorry, I'm just going to jump in here, and I know I'm terrible with this. Whenever I'm on a live, I just take over and bombard everyone. And I don't expect you to go through this with us step by step, Rebecca. But what I find I struggle with sometimes, I'm doing different clips on different sort of outside versus inside, and then my lighting is just a effing mess. So could you just give us like some straight bullet points tips on color grading?
Yeah, so color grading, I'm going to tell you I'm not a color grading expert, but these are the things that I particularly do. One is that I don't know what kind of camera you have or what kind of.
Straight from the iPhone at the meantime.
Okay,
I'm still
so
trying to
if you
figure
have
out the
your
DSLR.
iPhone, I would, let me plug this back in. Hold on. If you have your iPhone, this is what I teach people to do in my course. If you are in there, I say this over and over.
I would have been in there yesterday. It's just the conversion to South African.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
18 times.
Okay. So let me just show this really quick. Share screen. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? No? Okay.
Nope.
Hold on.
There we go.
Okay.
Got it.
So if you are trying to film and trying to lock your exposure and the focus and everything, what I do is I hold and tap, and that right there just locks your exposure and your focus.
Okay. I didn't know that.
This right here, you can adjust the brightness, right? You can bring this all the way down. You can change this up however you want. And you can match this for your inside and outside shot. So let's say you're blowing the exposure from your outside shots, then you bring this all the way down, right? And then it will capture it, and it will look like it will just make your footage look a lot better. Then let me go back into here. Okay, so let's say you want to autocorrect, or you want to correct the color of this, right? So what I would do, hold on, let me export this. Okay. I don't know what it did. Okay, there we go. So let's say I don't like how dark it is, right? So in CapCut specifically, what I do, and I go to the adjustment layer. So down here, the adjustment layer, And this is my particular thing that I like to do. I go auto adjust, and you see how it just brightened up everything. I don't particularly like that. So I bring it down to like 40. Then you can go here to color match, and you can bring in another, like if you're doing a vlog or you're doing multiple clips and you're in the same thing, you can click the video and then apply the same color to that by using the color match frame.
So I did get it right on some of the last edits. Okay.
And
because
then
you know you don't want to mess around too much with the color grading because then just everything goes wonky.
Yeah, but if you're in the desktop version, you can play around with the actual the graphs.
That's cool.
But on your phone, you're not going to be able to do that. So you can adjust it. Like there's different things you can soften the light. And something that I do as well sometimes, something that I used to do a lot, was I go here to the relight, and then you can add different like lighting effects.
Source, yeah.
And so like it's taking forever, but you can change the direction of the light.
The light source, yeah. Okay.
And then you can go here and adjust like what that looks like. You can change the intensity and the radius and the direction, and you can make this. So like I said, there's so many things that you can do in CapCut to try to mitigate that. The problem with the lighting, is that if you're going in and outside, people know that the lighting's going to change.
Yeah.
No one's like, oh, this fucking
super pedantic about
video.
it.
Like, no one's thinking that. They're just, it's the issue. Even sometimes when I'm filming, I have a window right here, and this changes the light. I'm sure it's gotten darker as
exactly. Like you got to kick your ass out of bed so that you can get that light source
I'm here
before it gets too late.
Yeah, but I'm here. I have a light. I'm gonna. You guys are like getting the. Oh, I can't. You're connected. I have a ring light right in front of me.
Yeah.
Right.
Same as me. I've also got my. Okay,
I put my exposure. If I'm using my regular camera, I drop my ISO to 250, and I always keep my my exposure to 0.3 plus 0.3 or negative 0.3 on my actual camera. Here you can do that too on your phone camera, but if that's too complicated right now, don't do that. Just fucking record.
But I didn't know all about that iPhone setting, so that's great. I'm going to play around with that as well. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, let's open the floor to the next one. Thank you for that.
So Connie says, I hate being on camera, so I created a digital avatar to create content. I definitely want to try some of your editing. Thank you. Yes, I don't know much about the avatar stuff. I don't know if you can manipulate those really well. So that's something that you can play around with. I don't
just
know.
like CapCut, just play with it and see what, I mean, that's what a lot of it is just getting a basic video and playing with it, see what you can do with it. I do have a question for you, because I believe that CapCut mobile and CapCut desktop are disconnected from each other. So like if you upload to your mobile, it's not going to show up on desktop. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's they're technically two different platforms, but you can, if you have an iPhone, I just airdrop everything to my computer.
I don't have an iPhone, but
or I put it on Google Drive. If there's a way to connect your phone to your computer, that is the best way. Or I do one better. On Amazon, there are digital USB. There's USBs that go into here, and then you can take that and upload it to your computer.
Oh, okay. So like one of these guys.
Yes, the dongle, whatever that is.
Good idea.
that's the best way to do it. And I personally like editing. If I'm going to edit a vlog or a long talking head video, I'm always doing it on my desktop. I don't like editing on my mobile unless it's for a 7-second reel or anything that don't have to manipulate too much. If I need precision, I'm doing CapCut desktop. And I teach CapCut desktop inside scroll stopping edits too. Because it's a game changer. Like, and there are features inside desktop that you can't find inside the mobile, and the mobile has some amazing animations and effects that you can't find inside the desktop. So it's unfortunate. I think they're changing that. I think they're making it better, but
I hope so. It would be nice if once you uploaded it from your phone into CapCut that it would just transfer over. That would be awesome.
yeah, well, I wish that I had a say at CapCut because I would have a lot of things to say about it. But it's the easiest tool. Like, I come from Final Cut Pro. Like, my background is Final Cut Pro, which is the Apple version of like Adobe Premiere. And it's just so much it's so much more complicated. It's like trying to teach people, it's like not worth teaching people. This is something that anyone can do if they just learn, like if they just follow the steps. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I know that you got to go pick up your daughter. I am super stoked that you are here. If anybody else that is still here or was watching the replay, I will put the replay up in my community. John's going to have it in his community. We will have the link so that you have access to the bundle if you want to move forward with having the coolest freaking videos online ever. And again, if you do decide to join with her bundle, you've got access to her community and continued support the entire time. Plus,
yes,
you can
everyone's moving. Everyone that's going to be in the bundle is automatically going to be free in the community once I go to Skool. I just have a lot of videos to transfer to Skool, so that's the fun part about transferring platforms.
Yeah, it's going to be such a worthwhile move for you, though. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
20 more videos left.
All right. Well, you have a fabulous day. Thank you for everything that you put into this. This was gold. This was like, what, 4 or 5 lessons
So
in
amazing.
one.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for being such an amazing crowd. And also re-watch the replay for those edits.
Yes.
I know, Amy, I'm looking at you, girl. Go re-watch it. I'm telling you,
Yes.
get it. You're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna send it to me, your version of it. Okay, I want to see your
Okay.
version of it.
Okay.
Christy, too. I see you, girl.
Christy, did you have a question quick?
My only question really was if we already have the scroll stopping edits and we're in Kajabi, are we going to automatically?
Yes. You will automatically get access to the Skool community and all that stuff. So you'll be in there.
Perfect.
I know, it's you. Y'all who have been riding with me since the go, you're like, you were on Standstorm, then you were on Kajabi, girl, get your shit together. So
Thank you.
of course.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Of course. And if anyone has any questions, Heather will drop my email in the chat or in the notes as well. Email me. I want to help as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right.
Excited for
Bye,
you, girl.
y'all.
Thank you.